Las Vegas was originally settled in the early 1900s and was officially founded as a city in 1905. The city's early economy was largely based on railroad transportation and mining, but it began to develop as a tourist destination in the 1930s and 1940s, with the opening of large casinos and hotels on the Las Vegas Strip. The construction of the Hoover Dam in the 1930s also brought a large influx of workers to the area and helped to further spur growth. In the post-World War II era, Las Vegas became a popular destination for tourists and convention attendees, and the city's entertainment industry, centered on its casinos and shows, grew rapidly. Today, Las Vegas is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world, known for its gambling, entertainment, and nightlife. The Mafia, also known as the American Cosa Nostra, had a significant presence in Las Vegas during the mid-20th century. They were heavily involved in the city's early casino industry, as they controlled many of the labor unions and businesses that were involved in the construction and operation of the casinos. They also had a hand in skimming money from the casinos, which involved taking a portion of the revenue before it was reported to the authorities. They also controlled many of the criminal activities such as prostitution and drug trafficking in the city. They used their influence and connections to influence local politics and law enforcement, allowing them to operate relatively unchecked for many years. However, their control over Las Vegas began to decline in the 1960s and 1970s as the government stepped up efforts to combat organized crime and as the casino industry became more regulated and corporate. Today, the organized crime element in Las Vegas is largely a thing of the past, and the city's casinos are now operated by large, publicly traded companies that are heavily regulated by state and federal authorities. The decline of the Mafia's presence in Las Vegas was a combination of both the death or imprisonment of key mobsters, as well as increased government efforts to combat organized crime. As the government increased its efforts to fight organized crime in the 1960s and 1970s, many of the most powerful and high-profile mobsters were arrested and convicted on various charges, such as racketeering, extortion, and murder. This included the likes of Frank Costello, Carlos Marcello, and Meyer Lansky. Additionally, the FBI's use of new investigative techniques such as wiretapping and undercover operations also helped to weaken the Mafia's grip on Las Vegas. The government also increased its regulations on the casino industry, making it more difficult for the mob to skim money and control the labor unions. On the other hand, the rise of corporate ownership and more stringent regulation in the casino industry also played a role in the decline of the Mafia's control over the city. As large, publicly traded companies took over the ownership and operation of the casinos, it became more difficult for the mob to influence their operations and skim profits. Overall, the decline of the Mafia's presence in Las Vegas was the result of a combination of both law enforcement efforts and changes in the casino industry. The city's history is marked by the significant role played by the American Cosa Nostra, also known as the Mafia, in its early casino industry. However, their influence and control over the city began to decline as the government stepped up efforts to combat organized crime and as the casino industry became more regulated and corporate. Today, Las Vegas is a city that is heavily regulated by state and federal authorities, and is known for its casinos, entertainment, nightlife and its reputation as the entertainment capital of the world. Whether you're a history buff, a gambler, or just looking for a good time, Las Vegas has something for everyone.